Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today I've received several books from the States, and it's a pretty good collection of Bob Paris books. I know that a lot of people are interested in Bob Paris, and I mean, for obvious reasons. He's one of the most aesthetic bodybuilders of the 80s and 90s, and many thought that he should have won at least one Olympia. Many called him, including Frank Zane, the modern Steve Reeves. I couldn't agree more. One of the first books he ever came out with was Gorilla Suit, which as you can see, I've already started reading. A really awesome read so far. And basically, it talks about Bob Paris's adventures in bodybuilding. Love the blurbs. I'll just go into that for a second. An apologia for every hardcore bodybuilder. Let me zoom that in for you. Actually, let me properly zoom that in for you so it doesn't move all over the place. Let me zoom out a little actually now. And in again. There we go. For every bodybuilder who understands that while their pursuit may well destroy their health, it feeds their soul. He's the only writer in bodybuilding who doesn't lie for a living. Bob Paris is the first bodybuilder in history with both biceps and balls. Awesome. Bob Paris has guts to stand up for what he believes, an admirable quality. At once empathetic and scathing, Paris's memoir conveys with equal persuasiveness both why he became a bodybuilder and why he found it impossible to remain one. Final little quote here is: the perspective Paris brings to this account of his meteoric rise and eventual disenchantment with the world of bodybuilding is, needless to say, fascinating. So yeah, I mean, this story really goes into, as you can see, discusses the price of bodybuilders pay for this perfection, that is the creation of a beautiful physique, which includes the use of dangerous growth drugs. Paris also looks at the driving forces behind the business of bodybuilding, very corrupt of course, including the extraordinary story of the Weider brothers. It's a great look into Bob Paris's adventures in bodybuilding. Can't wait to go through the whole thing. And another great book I've picked up is Beyond Built, Paris's Guide to Achieving the Ultimate Look. And I really flicked through this the other day, and it's got all his routines, which I will be sharing some of course. Some of. Don't want to give the whole book away because then it's both copyright infringement and unfair to Bob Paris. He goes through all this stuff, all these wonderful photos of Bob Paris, specific tweaks to the way he does certain exercises too. Great photography, as you can see. Truly a great book. It's all about bodybuilding, all about aesthetic bodybuilding, the way Bob Paris did it. Everything, including part of his journal. I mean, I flicked through that. Wow, awesome stuff. Now that, here we go. Here's some of it. Some of that I would love to share and go through. Pretty awesome, really awesome information in this one, especially pure bodybuilding information. Finally, he also came out with several other books. Prime, and I believe Flawless is the name of his other book. And it's more of these are more guides to keeping fit. As you can see, he's much older, out of the iron game now, and just goes into, building a physique for the average person who wants to keep fit. That's basically the purpose of this particular book. And I believe Shapeless is kind of like an express workout from Bob Paris to also get in the shape of your life, So these aren't necessarily hardcore. So Prime and Shapeless, which I don't have yet, and I may or may not get, are not necessarily hardcore bodybuilding. These two are, and I thought at least I'd present this information as I'm doing now, so that people know and who want to know about Bob Paris, about his story in bodybuilding. I would definitely recommend Gorilla Suit. Those that want to find out more about his training routines, favorite exercises, diet, everything, you're going to find in Beyond Built. That's really an awesome read as I just flick through those pages, you can see. And Bob Paris, didn't he have a wonderful physique? Truly the modern Hercules of our time, the modern Steve Reeves, as they used to call him. It's all about, as you can see, building symmetry and physical proportion. That's what Paris believed in. He was disenchanted in the sport, from what I understand, because the sport went towards the mass monster look. That's why he left it, more or less. He didn't want to pursue that, as he was really one of the last of the Mohicans, so to speak, in developing an aesthetic look, proportionate symmetry, and mass monsters began to win, so he left. And of course, he talks about everything else that is related to bodybuilding and fitness in this book. I think it's fantastic. Anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed this brief little look at Bob Paris's bodybuilding knowledge, because his knowledge is out in these books. It's you can find these books on, I'm assuming, Amazon, eBay. I got these personally from thriftbooks.com. You can find them for fairly cheap. And yeah, they're in great condition because they were only maybe 30 or 40 years old. If you're interested in Bob Paris and reading about his philosophies in bodybuilding and his story, highly recommend especially these two. If you're looking for a guide for staying fit, especially if you're 40, 50, and just want to look good, get fit, feel great, healthy, Prime's a great book too. So is, I believe it's Flawless or Shape or something like that. I forget the name. But he came out with another book, which I don't have, but I'm pretty sure that's also good for keeping fit. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Yeah, leave me your comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how Steve Reeves developed his rib cage, I've got a wonderful new e-booklet up on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, which explains a very rare and unpublished Reeves ribcage and full body routine. Of course, my website has many other booklets on Steve Reeves' methods, specifically how I developed my waist, how I developed my broad shoulders, and another ebook on how he developed his wonderful diamond-shaped calves. All available on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com. Online training is now available, including my new program, Novice to Classic, a program geared towards beginners and novices looking at developing a classic physique, as well as Classic Cut, geared at those who wish to lose weight and gain muscle fast. Details available at www.goldenerabookworm.com. Need a bodybuilding poster for your gym or office? Then check out Ironman Magazine archive.smugmug.com for the highest quality posters on the planet. Scroll through the galleries of all the legends, including greats such as Arnold, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, Serge Nubret, Tom Platz, and Larry Scott, and much, much more, and select your poster now. As a natural bodybuilder, it is imperative to know your own testosterone levels, as they are a reflection of the anabolic environment created by your diet and training. I would highly recommend using the male hormone test kit from Let's Get Checked, and make sure you use my code GOLDEN30 for a 30% discount. Again, the advantage of checking yourself regularly is that you will know how well your body is anabolically primed to put on the much desired muscle you are working for. Get your gym wear and Golden Era apparel at the new Golden Era Tees shop, featuring designs from the Silver Era and Golden Era legends, available as tanks, shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies in all sizes and colors. To support your favorite YouTube channel, please visit teespring.com/store/Golden Era Bookworm for merchandise, including t-shirts, hoodies, face masks, phone cases, and much, much more. Once again at teespring.com/store/Golden Era Bookworm. Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding. If you're a fan of old school bodybuilding, then make sure to check out Sups the Movie. Filmmaker Alex Ardenti explores the $40 billion sports supplement industry, delving into the origins, evolution, and current state of supplements used by millions of fitness enthusiasts worldwide, available at Amazon and Vimeo.